And what up everybody, it's Anime Junkie and welcome to the video of part 2 of What If Deku Was Born with Ultra Instinct. And now, let's get to the intro.
I'm not the one you wanna fuck with. Late nights messing up my sleep, so I'm flustered. Taking out aggression with my pen because I trust it. Right in front of get myself a lamb color cuss for the game. Leave him hanging by his chain. Click bang, feeling rage, feeling fire in my brain, feeling sane. And it's slowly feeling flames, moving fast to my brain, bringing more taste. No glory.
Okay guys, last time we left off, Deku just rescued Bakugo from the sludge villain, and it wasn't really that tough for him because Deku has already defeated the sludge villain easily before, and he didn't really feel as threatened as he was in the original canon because he didn't really have a quirk. This time he does have a quirk, and it's a super powerful one, so he doesn't really feel scared. And Deku doesn't really know anything about All Might's weakness and his skinny form and all that stuff because he completely took down the sludge villain. He didn't need to ask All Might for like, oh, can I become a hero like you or whatever, but he still has a quirk and he knows, he's confident that he can become a really strong hero with his quirk if he basically trains it and uses the training equipment and all the facilities in UA and them teaching him how to become a proper hero like All Might. So yeah, he knows that with the right training he can become the #1 hero with his quirk. So yeah, okay guys, sorry it took there was a like big gap in the uploading software because uploading time because the second video that I took or made was like 18 minutes long and it took a really long time to edit it. So yeah, there's probably going to be a gap of time between those two uploading times, but yeah, so let's get to it. Deku is going home. He is basically gets that thank you from not All Might, but Bakugo, and he's like, thanks kid, but whatever, see ya at school, whatever. And he goes away. He's like, ah, well, that's one Bakugo style thank you. But yeah, then All Might basically catches up to Deku. He tells him, he's like, okay, that was really heroic and you're really strong, and with the right training you can become the #1 hero just like me. And he's like, okay, so my quirk, he explains everything like that. He's like, wow, why are you telling me this? Because the entire network or the internet doesn't really know anything about your quirk because it's a mystery. So why are you telling me your quirk and what it is? He's like, it's because my quirk allows me to pass it down to other people. This quirk, it was passed down to me, and I was also quirkless. He's like, I mean, I was quirkless because this time Deku isn't quirkless. So yeah, he can't really relate to All Might. So he's like, oh, you were quirkless, right? That's good to know. I don't know how that's applies to me, but whatever, All Might. So why are you telling me this? And he's like, I want to give you my quirk. He's like, no thanks. I feel confident that I can become the #1 hero without your quirk, and I can become #1 hero without or with my own power. And he's like, oh really? Then if you don't want to take my quirk, how about let me train you? He's like, All Might, train me? Well, I guess so. Okay, I think I do need someone to spar against that is strong, so yeah, I guess so. I'll accept your training request. And he's like, okay, good kid. Okay, tomorrow morning at Dagobah Beach. See you then, kid. And All Might basically jumps away, or he probably walks away because he's still in his skinny form and he can rest. And Deku was shocked like at finding out that Deku or All Might was quirkless once and he's this skinny now. So he's like, I don't know what to make of this, but he's still like the #1 hero, so who really cares? So he basically goes off back home. He's like, okay, time for dinner. So Deku's 10-month goal is to basically get stronger just by like his physical training and his martial arts skill, because he's also a martial artist, remember. And I think he would learn the Turtle Hermit style because there's probably like this martial arts, let's say there is a martial arts in this world called Turtle Hermit, and it's known to be one of the greatest martial arts in the world, and its master is Master Roshi, and he doesn't have the same ki power. Let's say he has a quirk called let's say he has the power to buff himself up just like All Might, so he can go into his buff form. So Master Roshi is the same Master Roshi, and his power is to just buff himself up, add muscle to him, so he becomes that buff like looking Master Roshi. So Master Roshi doesn't really accept any students. He's like, maybe if I could find that master, I think he might be able to like train me or something. So he practices his ability to fly or something, because All Might said, okay, if you can use like energy and stuff, why don't you try to lift yourself up? And maybe All Might has like a friend or something that can fly, and his like ability is to like some kind of energy manipulation, and he can force himself to fly. So he's like, okay, why don't you try that? And he's like, okay, I'll try. And he starts flying. He starts floating a little, and he's like, wow, this is exhausting, but if I get used to it, I will be able to fly. He's like, yes. And then he learns flying for like a really long time, and then let's say 2 months he learns flying, and then he can fly easily like Goten, Gohan, and Videl and all that stuff. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go fly over to the sea, because I heard a rumor or two that the master Roshi, the master of the turtle hermit cell, lives on an island somewhere close to Dagobah beach. So I'm gonna go into the sea and fly over there to find him. So he's like, oh, okay, see ya. Anyways, Deku flies and he starts going over the sea, and he's like, oh, this is like really beautiful, all these fishes and all these dolphins and all that stuff. And then he basically finds this like house that says Kame on it. He's like, whoa, is this it? Or it's on an island, by the way. So he goes there, he's like, wow, I finally found it. And then he basically knocks on the door, and he sees like a turtle over there. He's like, a turtle, this must be the turtle hermit's house. And then he goes there and he's like, hey, Master Roshi, or Mr. Roshi. And he's like, oh, you're looking for me, kid? And then he's like, and he's probably reading like porn mags or something. And then he's like, oh, what's your name, kid? And he's like, I want to study underneath you. I want to learn martial arts. And he's like, oh, you want to learn martial arts, eh? What's your quirk? He's like, my quirk is advanced instinct. He's like, advanced instinct, eh? Let me see what you do. And he's like just throwing like stuff at him with his like turtle pole or something. He's like attacking him, and Deku's just dodging easily. He's like, oh, this is easy. It's like, what? Is his body moving by itself? That's a really advanced technique to be able to learn that. And he's like, kid, what's your martial arts? What martial arts do you study? He's like, I don't learn any martial arts. That's exactly why I came looking for you, so you can teach me the turtle hermit style. He's like, this kid, he's a prodigy. Okay, kid, I'll teach you. How many months are you gonna stay here? He's like, I have like 8 months left until the sports festival. Not the sports festival. What am I saying? The UA entrance exam. Oh, so you want to become a hero, eh? Well, as long as you want to become a hero and you have good intentions, I'm happy to teach you the turtle hermit style. He's like, really? Awesome. And he's like, oh, this kid's really bright-minded. And then he's like, okay, kid, what's your name? He's like, oh, my name's Izuku Midoriya, and what's yours? My name is Roshi. I forgot Master Roshi's last name, but yeah, my name is Master Roshi, and you're gonna be calling Master Roshi. So he starts teaching him all that stuff. He gives him like the turtle weights and that, and he starts training him. He's like, this is a really good exercise. You just need to learn the turtle hermit style. So he does that digging exercise with like digging like farms and stuff with his fingers. He would also do the mining practice, and he would also do like running and swimming in the water with the sharks and all that stuff. So he'd do all that stuff. And I think this martial arts will allow him to use his ki, or all that his ki or energy better. And I don't think I would give Master Roshi his ki, but I would give him like a small version of it, like just a little bit of it, like he can create like this ball of energy, and that's it. Actually, never mind, let me ask you guys, I want to ask you guys this, is like, should I give other people that have mastered like martial arts and all that stuff, should I give them ki? Like there's like the Crane school, and everyone's over there, Tian's over there, Chaozu, and they learn how to fly and all that stuff, and they know how to do everything. Should I do that? Tell me in the comments below, or should I just give them actual quirks, like giving Master Roshi his like ability to turn buff, giving maybe the Crane Hermit the ability to fly, and all that stuff. So it's probably like martial arts schools that have like different quirk abilities that are similar to each other. So the Turtle Hermit style has like the ability to like make yourself buff. The Crane Hermit or Crane Hermit style is like the ability to fly and stuff. So yeah, should I give them ki or anything like that, or should I just give them like different quirks? And if I do give them quirks and not ki, tell me which quirks each person should have, and just tell me that. Oh, and should I add Krillin too in the story? Because I can do that. It's pretty easy. I already have a story about Krillin and all that stuff, and he might be a rival and all that. But yeah, so 8 months later, Deku is completely vanished. It's like they don't know where Deku is. He's not at school. He's on this island, and All Might's like, damn, that kid, he just, what happened to him? Did he like fall into like a ravine or something? But whatever, he's probably gonna come back after 8 months. So then as soon as he says that, Deku just like just jumps, or not jumps, but just lands right behind him. He's like, oh hey, All Might, were you waiting for me? He's like, damn kid, where were you? And I was like, oh, I was learning martial arts. He's like, oh, but why didn't you tell me? He's like, sorry, I was a little too busy, and sorry I didn't actually tell you. But yeah, I've already learned it, and I'll be going to the UA entrance exam. See you there. And he's like, okay kid. And I think All Might already told him, was like, okay, I'll be a teacher over there and all that stuff. So yeah, so Deku heads over to the UA entrance exam. He meets Bakugo there. He's like, oh, where were you, kid? Where were you, Deku? I thought you were like scared or something and ran away. He's like, no, I was just training in an island somewhere. It's like, island? What the hell? Whatever. See ya. And they would head inside. They would do the theory exam. I don't think Deku would do that well. I would say Deku is smarter than his original canon, but I would say Deku gets the same score he got in the actual canon, because the only thing that he was doing, I think it would train, because in the Turtle Hammer style, Goku and Krillin were actually reading and all that stuff. So I think he would keep up with his studies, so he would get a good score. So he gets a good score. Then we move on to the practical exam. He basically jumps in the air, he's flying, and then President Mike just says 3, 2, 1, go. The gates open. Deku just flies over the gates, then starts shooting them with plasma beams. It depends. If it depends if all the other people have like ki and all that stuff. If they did have ki, Deku would learn the Kamehameha wave. If they didn't, he wouldn't learn the Kamehameha wave. And by the way, the Kamehameha wave would be the only thing that he would learn, like in ki versions. Okay, so all the other attacks that are coming, like Final Flash and like the beam, or like whatever the other ones, they're gonna come later in other training schedules and all that stuff. So don't worry about that. He's gonna learn different stuff in the future. Deku is doing amazing in the practical exam. He's just basically destroying everyone from the air. He's just floating and then shooting beams. And then the 0 Point Robot comes in and Uraraka's trapped. He's like, oh, okay. And if Master Roshi and all the other martial arts fighter in the world know how to use ki, he would use the Kamehameha wave to take down the 0 Point Robot. But if the others don't know how to use ki, he would just use a really powerful punch, or a let's say a mixture of like a really powerful one-handed blast. That's all. So yeah, he would save Uraraka, and then Uraraka's like, oh, thank you, my name is Chakra Uraraka, what's yours? It's my name is Izuku Midoriya, and that's that. And then Deku's just like takes down other ones with like finger beams and all that stuff. He's like, wow, your quirk is amazing. And the test would end, he would fly away, go back home, and then he would get the news like 1 week later, and then a week later he would find out his result. After that, after 1 day, he would basically get ready, put on his clothes, and go to UA. And that's where I'll leave it. Make sure to like, because it really does help the channel out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to join the family, and hit that bell button for my future videos. And as always, Anime Junkie out.